Hey guys, it's Soren Moore here. I'm somehow still a bit sick after about 3 weeks. Still got the flu, still trying to kick it. But I saw someone in a previous video asked for a build breakdown on my little utb18 Capra, so that's what we're going to do. Here she is, we're utb18 Capra. Looks a little different from previous video due to actually dyed the cage black with some RIT dye from Chemist Warehouse here in New Zealand. Just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Sorry about the croaky voice. See if I can get through this without losing it. But yeah, dyed the cage. But the first mods I actually did were steering links and front brass were the first mods I did. These aren't the steering links or the front brass I originally put on it, but this is actually a Vanquish Wraith steering link. That's the top arm off the Wraith, and this is an Endura steering link off a 10 Pro Axial, just with some AliExpress rod ends, and it seems to sit it quite well as far as length for alignment. So we got those steering arms. We got a, not sure if you can see that, we have a 40 kg just a iPin AliExpress steering servo. It is plenty for this platform with what the amount of weight it's having to move. It is very powerful. We have Mass Racing brass C-hubs in here, paired with some Moose Racing outer brass portal covers. These are 70 grams each, the brass portal covers, and the C-hubs are 22 grams each, but I would like to probably go back to plastic on the C-hubs and do a brass inner portal cover, as it's heavier and it gets some of this brass a bit lower on the truck. So yeah, let's look at the rear end. This is going to be hard to see, but we do have brass portal covers in the back. I think they're 14 grams each. I just wanted a little something to help keep it planted, really, in the rear, just a little bit, not too much. I didn't want to affect the bias too much. We've got RC four-wheel drive shocks in the front, and we've got Axial Capra 110 shocks in the rear with some spacers, because it already articulates a crazy amount for the size of the truck, so it keeps the ride height nice. And you may be asking, why have I got these shocks in the rear? Well, the wheelbase is actually extended on this in the rear about 25 millimeters. I have still got stock top plastic links, stock metal lower links. I moved my stock metal lower links to replace the plastic ones, and these are some 10-2 high clearance links that somehow I actually didn't really have to adjust. I just put the rod ends on, and yeah, it worked, and we've gained a lot of rear clearance. I've also adjusted it a little bit to move that drive shaft up, because we do have metal drive shafts front and rear as well on this truck. Just got them mainly to extend the rear so drive shaft wouldn't fall out, but yeah, sort of strengthens up that part as well. You may notice as well, cage is cut here. That's just a looks thing. My preference, I like it like that. I think it looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit sharper. Yeah, trying to think what else have I done to this. There's no overdrive on it yet. I would love to get some overdrive in it, but I had to actually trim the battery tray. There's a wee front portion here that normally has a lip on it, and I dremeled that off so I can fit my 910 milliamp batteries. I only run on 2S because it comes to our next modification, and that is right. See if we can see it in here. There's a good angle. You can kind of see we've got the Hobby Wing Mini 16 Fusion Pro in here. This thing is mental powerful. It changed this truck completely. my partner got it for my birthday last year, and yeah, I am not complaining. It is amazing. It changes the entire truck. I would definitely suggest that if that was a first mod for someone, electronics. Don't worry about the brass. Just come back around to that when you feel like it for the brass. But yeah. Also, when I did the Hobby Wing Mini 16, I did the MES Racing metal transmission gears in there. I never had an issue with the plastic ones, but I thought going brushless, if I'm only on 2S, I might as well just replace them while I'm in there with the transmission, because it's a cheap upgrade. You might as well just do it all at once, and you don't have to worry about it. Got some AliExpress wheels, just some 1.9 beadlocks, with some J Concepts tusks on them, in the 4.19 size. Stock foams at the moment. We got some 3D printed foams on the way to soften them up. But yeah, I also did the Moose Racing. I wonder if we can actually see in here. Not really. I'll get a wheel tool and pop one off for you. We've got the hex extenders in there with the stub shafts, as I somehow bent all 4 stub shafts over the course of driving it on the stock electronics, actually, somehow. But get back on there. So yeah, you can see the brass a bit better there as well on the truck. But yeah, these are same all round. Yeah, haven't broken any, but definitely bent a fair few. And the parts, I had bought upgrade parts for this when I originally had it, but took them off due to just not liking them. I started off with these brass portal covers off AliExpress. I think they're only 30 grams each, and when I put the bigger tires on, because they come with 1.55s, these are actually the stock tires on a cheap rim, but when I raised the center of gravity, I should say, yeah, it did not like it. Extending the wheelbase and putting that heavier brass helped a lot, but yeah, this is what originally was on it. I use them as a stand for now, but yeah, this brass, yeah, could put it on the rear, but I don't want to bias that weight out too much, so yeah, 30 grams versus 70 grams each side, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. And then we also started out on the upgrade with the RC four drive steering links, and these were not good at all. It put heaps of toe out, like a lot of toe out, where I thought I was going to break something. Yeah, I don't know if in the manufacturing they just didn't really get it quite right with the length, because it's not adjustable, but it worked for a while. But as soon as I found out I had some links that worked, these were off, and they're not cheap, the RC4 drive stuff, so that was a little disappointing. But hey, we got them as spares. I did have RC4 drive shocks on the rear as well, but they weren't long enough with the ride height I needed, with the wheelbase being extended 25mm. So yeah, it's 2 spare of these now, a little bit mismatched, but you got the performance. What else have we done? I got spare CVDs and axles for the rears. In every forum I saw, people were saying these are going to fall apart, they're going to break as soon as you open the box. As soon as you run it stock, they're going to break. But somehow I have not broken, pardon me, I have not broken anything yet. I do not know how. It's taken some pretty big rolls, some pretty big falls, and we have managed to not break anything, which might be luck, but as you can see, we got the spare, the stock gearbox gears and pinion, we got C-hubs, spare stub shafts, original drive shafts, yeah, bits and bobs really that have came off it over time. But yeah, I've had very good luck with this truck, as is, performance wise. Yes, I have spent a bit of money on it, sort of I wasn't really sure what direction I wanted to go when I first got it, but yeah, I'm definitely liking where it sits now. It's a very capable truck in my opinion. In the Wellington comp, so city near me in New Zealand, I actually managed to take second place with the Mini Capra up against a lot of very capable 110s. So, I am, definitely pretty happy with how I've built it and how it's turned out so far. There's definitely future plans for it. As far as getting it more capable, I think some overdrive would definitely help it. In the front or the rear, underdrive it would definitely would benefit it. Lowering the brass down, getting rid of the brass C hubs is definitely on my list of things to do on this truck. Soft foams on the way, but yeah, I don't think I want to go any of the Fury Tech cages or anything like that. I like a Capra looking, Capra-y. There's something nice about these cages that they are scale in their own way when you compare them to what's rocking out in the real world. Obviously when I changed all the electronics, just got a cheap Dumbo RC 6-channel radio to run with. Yeah, it does the job. We could do with upgrading, but hey, can't have the best of everything all the time, right? Otherwise you'd be dead broke. But yeah, these are the stock tyres that came on it. Like I was saying, not sure if you can tell on camera, but they've had quite a bit of wear and tear, but it's a bit of a size comparison. It lifts your gearing quite a lot when you move to a 4.19 tyre, 1.9. You get less slow speed, but luckily with the Hobbywing Fusion 16, you manage to keep a lot of it, but you still will sacrifice some, unfortunately. That's just the beauty of sizing up on tyres. But yeah, I don't know how people run 4.75s on these. I do not understand why you'd need that much clearance on a 118 truck. It does really well on the stock tyres, to be fair, but yeah, 4.19 is the largest tyre I would personally recommend to size up to. Yeah, there's not really any need, like we already have. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this thing has a lot of clearance for what it is, and I cannot see you needing any more. Vanquish servo horn as well, because I was sick of breaking servo horns. But yeah, I do need to work out how much I've dropped into this as it sits, like, not including all the parts I've taken on and off, because it's sort of builder's error, you could say, from my end. Just chopping and changing things that I wanted to swap out. But yeah, I should try work this out and put it up on how much I've actually spent, because I bought this brand new as well. I've had 110 Capras, I've had Vanquish optics, I've had a lot of cage buggies down. I see cage buggies and stuff, but something about this truck, it just seems to be a great size, a great performer, and yeah, I guess I've had it for quite a while and had every little piece of it apart, and yeah, I know how it drives and how it tends to act. So yeah, that's all for today's video. I'm sorry about the croaky voice, still being a bit sick, but yeah, I'll catch you in the next one out in the rocks. Catch you later.